Radhe Radhe. Today is Saturday, 10th February 2024. And here we are for this recap video for today's Bhagavad Gita study class. We continue to be in our journey of chapter 8. We covered a recap quiz, of course, for last time's content, as well as one very important verse today. So we'll momentarily get to that. Along with me here is Mummy.
Radhe Radhe.
So you're going to see that we covered chapter 8, verse 13. After, as I mentioned, the recap quiz for last time's content, chapter 8, verses 11 and 12. Please do go back, take a look at the slides, take a look at this material, and continue to practice and learn from those quiz questions. So for today, chapter 8, verse 13, we're going to listen to its rendition and then learn a little bit about it.
Om iti ekaksharam brahma vyaharan mam anusmaran yah prayati tyajan deham sayati paramam gatim.
So chapter 8, verse 13, the catchphrase here is home, but with hyphens strategically placed because Om is embedded in home. Sri Krishna says that at the time of departing the body, of course, while remembering God, the Supreme Divine Personality, and while chanting Om, if that happens, then we can reach the ultimate goal, the supreme destination, home, the abode of God, which is what we all are seeking. So Om embedded within home. We saw in the commentary, Swamiji has reminded us from earlier in chapter 7, another word for Om, this sacred syllable, is pranav, this primordial cosmic sound. And we talked at length about how this is, of course, a manifestation of Brahma, which is the formless aspect, Brahman, the formless aspect of God, and without virtues and without attributes. So we've been talking the past couple of weeks about Yog Mishra Bhakti, devotion or bhakti mixed with austerities. Today we saw the phrase Ashtang Yog Sadhana, the idea being meditation using chanting of Om. So you still practice austerities, you maintain a vow of celibacy, but then you bring the mind to focus through this constant practice of chanting Om, which we also saw is Anahat Nad, right? This is the sound that pervades creation. And in fact, yogis, saints, spiritual perfectionists are actually able to tune into it, even though this is not a sound that's, being played by a musical instrument, for instance. It's often known as an unstruck sound. So it's all around us, but only yogis can tune into it. And we showed you that also with the flyer, the play on the word sound, in this case, sound, strength, or health. If you're of sound spiritual health, good spiritual health, what are you tuned to hearing? Well, the yogi all around in this cosmic manifestation is tuned to hearing Om. We saw also, Swamiji mentions, right, we have this verse from the Bible. We've seen it several times. So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So God, of course, imperishable Akshar from the very beginning, no beginning and end, in fact. And then from God came sound, this method, medium for communication. And then from there, the elements one by one, space, etc. So Om, in fact, even in the Vedic scriptures, we've seen it as this seed or bij mantra. It's attached to the beginning of so many different hymns and mantras. It's also known as a Mahavakya. We mentioned from the Mandukya Upanishad, one of the Mahavakyas there is to do with Om. Ayam Atma Brahma, Brahman. And so Om is everything, past, present, future. And Om again is another term for Brahman, that absolute reality, the formless aspect of God. We did a demonstration, maybe Mummy will get to that as well. We talked about, the sounds to make up Om, where it starts from in the belly, ending up with the mouth closed, and all of this being an important aspect of chanting and meditation. Of course, Swamiji says that in Bhakti Yoga, we are focusing on the names of the Lord, forms, pastimes, etc. And that is because there is greater bliss and sweetness. The example he gave is of the baby in the womb. You can try to imagine, but it's formless to us, versus seeing the baby in the lap. Much more bliss in that latter scenario. Hence, the focus on Bhakti Yoga, and hence also why Sri Krishna has devoted just a few verses these past couple of times for this Yog Mishra Bhakti. Final thing is, right, we're in this classroom of life, our individual spiritual journeys, and Swamiji says that Sri Krishna has for us this final examination. That examination is at the time of death, what do we do? Where is our consciousness? Where are our thoughts? What is our speech? And indeed, if we can fix our consciousness upon God and chant Om, then our destination will be God's abode, the home that we are referring to. But of course, we do know this is extremely difficult and it can take one or more lifetimes of practice. So we'll see more about that in subsequent weeks. Mummy, over to you for more enlightenment on this verse.
Thank you, Gagan. So first of all, I would want everybody to look at the word Om. That means the sacred syllable representing the formless aspect of God. Now, another important word is Pranav. Pranav means Om. Pranav is the other name of Om. Then there is Anahat Nad. Anahat Nad means that is the sound that pervades the whole creation. It is also called Mahavakya because it is the sound vibration of the Vedas. Also very important, it is called Bija Mantra. Bija Mantra means it is often attached to the beginning of the Vedic mantras. So why so much importance to Om? Because it is the cosmic sound. It is the sound of the creation. Okay? It is the very first sound that happened in the creation. It is called Nadam or Shabdam. And in Vedic philosophy, there is loads and loads of importance is given to the word Om. First is A, U, Ma, slow. But A and U together, they become O. When we go fast, then it is Om, Om, Om. And the experience you get after the practice of this mantra, that is the fourth level that is called. Because in the word Om, there are three curves, the top, below, and one behind. These three curves are basically the beginning, continuation, and culmination. That is creation, preservation, and dissolution. So they are showing us the Trinity, or it is the waking, dreaming, and sleeping. Now the dot on top is the fourth level. That is the experience when you go into the state of Turiya. Turiya. Okay. So also the A starts from navel, U starts from heart, and M starts from throat. So navel is Brahma, heart is Vishnu, and throat is Shiva. So Om chanting invokes all the three gods. It connects us with our true essence. It connects our inner self with the universe, because these are the sounds being created by the five elements in the universe, and we have to tune the radio of our heart to the tune of the universe by practicing the Om. It can be our auditory meditation in Ashtanga Yoga, whereby we practice Om and we bring our mind to focus. It reduces anxiety and stress. It detoxifies body and mind. It improves our digestive system. It calms our mind. So these are the real benefits. So we can practice Om in the morning. We can practice few times, at least 3 times, then in the noon, and 3 times in the evening. Slowly we make it a part of our life. That is how we will get the practice, because Krishna is saying in the end we have to pass that exam of life, and that is at the time of death. Then we have to remember God. So how do we do that unless we practice it? So, and Krishna is also saying that you have to remember this Om, so you do it with a lifetime of practice. So let's make it a habit to practice, and we can do it another way also, like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya 108 times, or just chanting Om before doing yoga in the morning. And so these are the three words of earth, atmosphere, and heaven. You know, this Om word, it represents several important triads. Earth, atmosphere, heaven, thought, speech, and action, gunas of goodness, passion, and darkness. Some say that it represents Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, and Samved. It is in Mandukya Upanishad that there is a very detailed talk about Om as Om has happened, and it has lot of significance, be it in Buddhism or Jainism. So let's practice Om. Om. So with loads of practice, we'll see when we have done enough deep breathing, we'll notice that our Om can really be starting from our navel, moving to heart and through the throat and pursing the lips. Sound. This is the cosmic sound of humming. With that, over to you, Gagan.
Thank you, Mummy. And yeah, I think we wrap up on that note with that meditative state, the chanting of Om, the bliss it brings. We look forward to seeing you all next week, same time, same place. That is Saturday, 17th February, 2024, 8 a.m. Central Time in the US, 7:30 p.m. in India. Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.